Why do you want a balanced tail? Balanced tail shows between the sister. I would like this one better because now when picking a bird, why do you want to have siblings or half siblings? Want to breed from birds that perform already or birds that are winners, because I had to separate all my birds like this so they don't contaminate each other. If I could start over, I would have went to someone. Welcome back to ICY Loft at InvisY World. This will be part 2 of selecting breeders. When selecting a breeder, why should you be looking at the feather quality? Because feather quality is bred. You cannot have feather quality from feeding, and that is only passed down from genetics. So if you find a bird that has feather quality, like very silky, soft, that is always a plus. Silky feathers, I think what it means is when it's flying, it's the wind can pass through its feather easier, and that means that their feather is higher quality, kind of like a person's hair or skin. Some people have better skin quality and some people have better hair quality. So I think that plays a big role into the quality of the bird's feather. When you're looking for a bird, why do you want these right here? The first to 7th, why do you want them to be closed and not as gappy? Because what I think is when they fly, and if they're not as gappy, they will be able to produce more power when flying. And the last three flights, why do you want them to be even or thin? Is because when they flap their wing, air can pass through it easier. That's why I think. And also I've seen a lot of top birds have the last 3 even. So that's what I usually see. Why do you want a balanced tail? A balanced tail shows control, and it shows that it can switch its direction more better. Because if you have a tail that's going to the left like this, right? And if it's going to the, let's say it's going to the left more, then it would go to the left even more. If it goes to the right and the tail is a little quicker to the left, and that means that when it goes to the right to turn, it'll have to turn more. And so that's why you want a straight tail, at least a straight tail. You want a strong back, so when it's flying against a headwind or against whatever, or like when they come into like to stop, when they fly down to stop, they can use their strength of their tail to help correct them and help them push through the headwind. This is a grandson of Picasso, and when you're picking a bird or selecting a breeder, you want birds that are similar to your family or similar to the bloodline that you want to work with. So this bird is grandson of Picasso and also down from Harry. So this bird is basically like Holy Grail Queens. Holy Grail Queen is bred kind of the same. She is also from Harry, and Picasso is from Aridistra, if that's how you pronounce it. And Holy Grail Queen is also from Aridistra, from Okidoki. So they have similar family of gene and genetics in them. The reason why you want to work with just a few strains or family is because you can work around with them better, and I see that I can cross them better with each other, and I can always keep the blood around to make it stronger. This bird does not like me catching it, so Gonna be putting it back, but it's a grandson of Picasso. Same family as Holy Grail Queen. So when selecting a bird, why do you want to keep the family the same? It's because you'll be able to work around the family better. This bird is a half sister to Spartan King. And she also placed 4th champion bird in the Heartland Federation. So another reason why I brought her into my breeding. When you select a breeder, you want to think about how you want to work around with the family as well. So this family is mainly Leo Herman and Gabby, sometimes cross. And since Holy Grail Queen is cross ready with Human and Aridistra and Cannibal, they work together already and they have similar bloodline. When you select a breeder or a few of them, you want to buy as many as you can from the person's best, or as many as you can close to his top family. The reason why is because you can get better result if you get more of the same type of family together. You can test them out and see which one is better, and then you can keep the one that you like, that's doing better for you. Now, just because it doesn't do good for you or for me doesn't mean that it might not do good for others. When you're crossing them or bringing them to another pair or another partner, sometimes it takes time to find the right click. So usually you want to go back and do the same mating that's been working for you already. So let's say I breed Spartan King with Holy Grail Queen and they produce good young birds that fly good. I would put this half sister to Holy Grail Queen's kid. So that way you already know that type of genetic will work together. It's not always guaranteed, but it gives you a better chance. Here is the full sister to the one that I just showed. This one placed 6th or 7th champion bird in the Heartland Federation as well. And so this family of bird did super good last year for my friend. And so obviously it's doing good, so I should bring a few in to test and try out, because you might not get a good breeder from just buying one off of them. If you get a few of them, and if they are raced or they have a good record or off of their best, you will have a better chance of breeding better birds. Very nice tail. This hen also has very tight vents. Between the sister, I would like this one better because I'm just a bigger fan of blue bars. I love blue bars. They just have that plain look in them. But this year I decided to get some blue check and dark check to cross into my birds, and also because they've been doing good. So this one right here is a full sister to 451. She's currently feeding some young birds, so her beak and her nose, it looks kind of dirty, but this hen is small. She's very nice strong tail. She placed 10th or 11th in the Heartland Federation, 10th 11th champion bird. My friend, he run natural systems, so they might be molting kind of weird sometimes, but she's a very nice small hen. And again, this bird is a cousin to Spartan King, which Spartan King bred second champion bird. So this family, you know that they're good because Spartan King bred second champion bird, and then the brother to this one, 451, placed third champion bird, and then the half sister to Spartan King placed fourth champion bird, and then this one placed 10th. The other sister, the other half sister placed 7th or 8th champion bird. So when you're picking a bird or a breeder, you want to try to work with just maybe 3 strains or 4 strains, 3 or 4 families. That's what you want to work with first and build up from there. You don't need to always bring in new birds unless you have the money for it. Yes, it will cost a bit to get a few of the same family, but usually when you get a few of them, they usually give you a better deal. Yeah. Right here I have a half brother to Spartan King from Super Warrior Jr. This bird is an inbred, so I'm not a big fan of inbred, but unless the inbred is the father to the daughter or mother to a son that has proven something, the daughter or the son has to prove something, either racing or in breeding at least, because they give you a better chance of having a better inbred bird. No, I don't really like to get inbred unless they're off of 2 good birds. I like linebred more. Linebred where let's say a granddaughter of Holy Grail Queen breed back to a son off of Holy Grail Queen, but from different genetics, not from one same genetics. Or like a grandson breed back to Holy Grail Queen. That's typically how I would like to do it, and what I would look for when I'm picking a breeder. This bird has 1 gap or less in from the queue to the vent. The vent bone is very strong. It doesn't wiggle at all. That's how you tell. It does not wiggle, it does not move. It's just tight. This bird does not like me handling it as well. Doesn't like being caught or handled. So usually inbreds are also smaller too. When you're picking a bird, does size really matter? I don't think it really does that much, because if they have the result and the performance, I don't think a big bird will have any issues. And when you're picking a bird, you want to pick a bird for your course. So let's say you fly where there's mountains. So you would like to find birds or a family that can fly mountains. Most birds can fly good about anywhere, but some birds, they just do better in specific place, climate, and structures of it. I noticed that class birds, they do good in hot areas and like Florida and Cali. And Holy Grail Queen's bird kids, I meant, have done good in Florida, Cali, Minnesota already too. So I just need to test her out more. If you're planning to send birds to a tougher course for like let's say like 1,400 yards per minute and under, you will want to have a bird that's more tough, more stamina. If you're sending birds that are on the 1,400 yards per minute and up, you will want a faster bird. Every bird has their own strength. You could get a breeder that is from a speed family, but that does not mean that it won't be able to fly in the middle or long distance. It really depends on the bird, the individual bird or kid that gets bred off of that pair. It's just that some birds, they do better in certain distance. But I believe that all birds can fly about any distance if you train them, and over the time you build a family of long distance from that pigeon. Like let's say this family right here, they're known for speed, okay? But if I fly their kids out to 400 miles and more to like 600 miles, and I can bring back the birds that do good on those distance, and eventually I'll be able to get a long distance of the same family of this bird. Now when picking a bird, why do you want to have siblings or half siblings, or the parents have done something? It's because results are mainly the thing that's more important. You can select a bird that has all the traits and it'll give you a better chance, but all the birds that come out of that pair might not look the same as their parents. So you can see here, I have Never Quit. Her flights are very gappy, but her vitality is very nice. Her tail, it goes down, and she's a smaller bird. Her feather quality is very nice, and she placed in the top 10% 3 times. And she is off of my foundation hen. The father to this bird has never been raised, but half siblings have done good, so I bred him for stock because the cock was getting old. The father to the cock, the sire to this bird. And so I tested him with my foundation hen, Holy Grail Queen, and he hasn't done anything at all. But together, both of them produced 2 very good hen. The other full sisters, Purple Sweetheart, placed first section A in the Purple Heart, and that bird was also in the top 10 and 20% multiple times as well. So result really is important. And genetics are very important. The genetics in the family, you have to pass it down. If they can't pass down their genes and their winning genes, then you won't be able to get anywhere with that family. So that's very important when selecting a breeder. Here is 2068. This is a aunt to Never Quit, a half aunt. So she's half sister to a lot of good racers and breeders. Her wing is not the best, as you can see. It's kind of gappy, but the last 3 are even. She's small. For hens, small is fine. Medium to small for cocks. Big to medium or small is fine as well. There's some birds that are big but still fly very good. It just means that that bird that's big might eat more and might just use more energy. But it does not mean that it can't win. But this bird placed first 2 times in the federation, So result really matters when you're selecting a bird. You want to breed from birds that perform already, or birds that are winners, because you know that they have that mentality in them, and you also know that they have the strength, the muscle, and the build for it. And I think that the mentality of a bird is something that we can't tell. So the best thing to do is to breed from good birds, from birds with result, because that can be passed on. If you think about people, if you put two very smart people together, most likely their kids will be smart. If you put two very talented parents together, and their kids will be more talented. So it's kind of like that. Winners breed winners. Breeders can also breed better breeders too. This hen, she has a one length from the keel to the vent. Her vent is not the tightest. It's a little bit open, but she flew first 2 times. So what do you want to look for when you're selecting a breeder? You want to find a silky, nice feather. You want the last 3 to be even. You want the last 3 to be thin if you can, and tight wing, tight flights. You want a bright eye. You also want birds with result, birds from a family that has good genetics that can be passed on. Same genes or same family as what you're working with. And when you get a breeder, you want to try to get multiple of them, so you can test them better. Because if you just get one, you can't really test them fully, and you will have a better chance from getting multiple from a foundation breeder, or multiple from that family. Like you can get grandkids, you can get directs, and you'll have better chance with them. But you want results. You also want bird that has vitality. Vitality is very important. It shows how strong they are in their mind. You know, I think a bird that's trying to fight back and escape is smart. It's trying to escape. So those are some things that you can look for when you're selecting a breeder. But number one thing is result, and a bird that performs, or from a bird that has performed. It will give you the best chance. Also, if you get the chance to buy a old breeder and the person is not using that old breeder anymore, but it has bred good or it has raised good, you should try to take that opportunity, because you might be able to get the breeder cheaper, and you might get a few rounds off of it, and it could produce you something good. 2068, which is a bird that I called One Last Bet, is off of a old cot. I believe he was like 2010. So like when I got him, he was about like 12 years old, 12 or 11 years old. So I bred a few birds out of him. One was Smiley, which bred me my 2 winners last year in the futurity when made it to Holy Grail Queen. And he also bred 2068, which placed 2 times in the Harlem Federation. So Never Quit is a granddaughter of that old bird that I got, but he already passed away last year, and so I don't have him anymore. I only have 1 direct off him now, because last year went through some sickness in my bird, and so I built a new coop, and I decided to separate all my birds like this so they don't contaminate each other, less chance of getting sick. Another way to select bird is if you know the person or a person who's local and is doing very good, you can go to them and ask them to select some birds for you. And of course, they're gonna know their bird better than you, so they might be able to select you something better. You can go through it a second time to just go and look and see what you like or don't like. But most breeders will want to give people something good. But I think when you go and buy a bird from someone, it's better that you go and buy off from their best, because it will confirm you that you'll be getting the birds from their best. And also because not everyone will give their birds free from, let's say, their best stuff or their foundation or best pair. It's because they want to keep that family for themselves to produce more winners, and they can spread them from there on. Most people would be willing to give you a bird, but most of them will sell you birds off of their best. When I first got started, if I could start again and if I could start over, I would have went to someone local to me and got birds from their best, even if I have to buy from them. When I first started, I went and bought most of my birds from auctions that were held around my city, and most of the birds that I got from the auction never even produced anything that good for me. The birds that I got local from the top people who were flying at that time, they did a lot better for me. And even now, I still have some of their family here, because they've already tested the family over time, and they've already been flying those birds for a long time. So you know that those family, those genes, they can be passed down, and they've been working for others already. And if someone been flying that long, you should already know that they should have already passed down those family to other people. And if you can find out that other people are having success with them, that's a very good thing to know, because it will give you a better chance and give you a more understanding and confirming that this family will work for you too. You just need to find the click or find what works, and you just need to keep trying. Holy Grail Queen, I pair her up with a lot of different cocks because I don't want to keep her with one only, because I want to spread her genes. So I try to put her with all the best birds that I can get, or best family. And once I get a few birds off of her from different cocks, I can cross those back to each other, you know. So it would be a line bred instead of me just breeding from just one same sire and from to all the kids. I will have a better way of breeding the kids later on, and the genetic will be more diversified, so I can work with the family longer on with line breeding. If you enjoyed this video, if you have any questions, anything that you like, please leave a comment, leave a like, and subscribe. Thank you for watching. If you have not seen my giveaway, go check it out, and maybe you could win a free bird. And thank you for supporting me. Have a good day.